Hi, this is Louise Legat from the Purpose Led School, and welcome to this week's short. What I want to talk about today is what you need to do in order to up-level yourself to transition to the new economy. So these are very exciting times when I'm hearing that a lot of people really want to see how they can shift their work and their leadership to have a positive impact at this time and to meaningfully contribute to this issue that we have around sustainability, climate change, regeneration. And so there's a lot of energy around that. And a lot of us asking ourselves the question, which is, how can I really meaningfully contribute to that through my work? So we don't anymore have that separation between I'm earning money and the impact of what I'm creating on the world. And we can integrate those two things. Now, within that context, what I'm seeing is a lot of people do things that are really helpful, like go and learn about the new frameworks around be it sustainability or circular economy or B Corp or regeneration, so that they can really get their head around, what does that mean? I'm also seeing courses come up in relation to specific expertise and industry areas. So there's some sustainable finance courses, there's some sustainable marketing courses. And ultimately, all of those things are great. But they're not enough. And this is what this short is about. There's one piece that we miss. And that's that beyond the up level of our knowledge, we need to up level ourselves and literally the computer of our brain. Because most of us have been trained to be successful in the existing status quo. We've been trained to manage what I call the old. And ultimately, to win in that system. And the thing is that that's not going to be enough for where we need to go. The way I like to talk about it is that we've been trained to be good soldiers of the old. And within that, we've been trained to be perfect, please, get our validation externally, fit into certain boxes, and ultimately to navigate so that we can be promoted, so that we can get that pay rise, so that we can ultimately get to the top of the career ladder. But all that's been about is maintaining an existing system that has been negatively impacting our planet and been creating huge systemic dysfunctions. And the opportunity that we now have as we build that new economy is to build a fundamentally new world. And I know that this is a conversation that's quite hard to have in the sense that, everybody's talking about, let's do sustainability. But, we'll just keep the status quo kind of as it is and just bring a bit of innovation around sustainability and it's all going to be fine. Come on, we all know it's not. And this is where the rub is that in order to be successful, it's not just about learning about a bit of sustainability and circular economy and all those other things. As I said, they're really valuable to learn, but it's not enough. You're going to have to challenge yourself to become a builder of the new. That means becoming what I call a creator, not a maintenance person who organizes what we've always had, but who creates what we haven't yet even imagined and brings it into existence. And so there's a fundamental shift in mindset to being someone who builds and creates, who is comfortable being in the unknown, who chooses uncertainty, and who is the one who disrupts things. So the one who makes things unstable. Because ultimately, that is the only way we're going to build the new. I call it being willing to go into the uncharted lands and to create there, to immerse into imagination. I'm often told, hey, we won't have the inventions or the innovations to shift our energy production for at least 30 years. And, that's kind of okay. We're just going to, puddle along, little by little. And it's kind of like, no. If you're a brave builder of the new, living in uncharted lands, this is how it works. You ask yourself, how can we make a quantum leap within 5 years? Who do we need to become those who can enable that quantum leap? It's a fundamental shift of thinking in the sense that we choose to grow ourselves to become those that enable that new level of brilliance, to create those things that right now still seem impossible. Because, you may think, well, who, me? I couldn't do that. And yes, you can. Each one of us is brilliant in our own unique way. And it is that uniqueness that we now need to bring to have us see things, think about things, approach things differently. Because it's in that combining of all our uniqueness, the new solutions appear, and that we can make those quantum leaps. But it all starts from being willing to shift from being that good soldier of the old who maintains and sustains the status quo, to being that brave builder of the new that creates the world of tomorrow. And for that, we need to start to think differently. We need to start to be differently. And the biggest shift is to stop reacting to external circumstances or to the way the world is, and to be willing to grow, to create beyond it. That is what your true challenge is. Ultimately, your true mission, if you wish to accept it. And so beyond the knowledge of what those of us who have lived in the wilderness, in the uncharted lands for years, have brought back, because all those things you're learning in the sustainability courses, in the B Corp courses, in the circular economy courses, it's the fact that pioneers, visionaries, actually just normal people who wanted to create something different were willing to stand up and become the brave builders of the new. And they came up with those frameworks, with those new perspectives that you're learning now. But it's not going to be enough to just learn about those. It's about joining them to keep going. It's about an army of brave builders of the new who move us in great leaps to where we need to go next.